Hi everybody, it's still dark in this room. Hi everybody, it's me, Jordan here, and today I want to talk about some people think, getting in trouble with the Internal Revenue Service or if or the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue or any state's departments of revenue or any county's departments of revenue or local governments, departments of revenue or tax collecting, whatever they call it. Another one that some people don't really blink an eye at, but should: school districts. Now, some people are going to make an argument that school districts are separate businesses, and most local school districts are. Some local school districts are independent and mostly get federal, state, county, and local funding. And plus, they also take payments as well. Now, some might call it school tax. I call it a school payment because a tax usually implies government. And a school district isn't really government unless it's a part of a local government. Now, some school districts are a part of local government. For example, Pittsburgh Public Schools, they are a part of Pittsburgh's local government. Actually, that is actually the Department of Pittsburgh School Department, actually what it's called. But Pittsburgh Public Schools is actually its division of what it falls into. Some school districts are a part of local government and some choose not to be. For those who choose not to be, they claim it's a school tax, but really it's a school payment. In my eyes, a tax is only if it's government, and you can't really say a school district is a government, okay? But most likely people ask, what can they do if you are either, invading school payments? Depending to how much you owe, they can try to persuade the bank to sell your mortgage to them if you happen to own a property and you're paying a mortgage back on the deed of property. If you rent property, that's a different story. I think they might try to persuade the landlord to evict you and try to sell his or her property. I don't know. But most people, I don't know exactly the details of what they can and can't do. I think they probably have to get you in court to find you guilty of school payment invasion or whatever they call it. And then they could probably go through legal channels to claim the property for how much they think the property is worth to pay back the overdue school taxes, or in this case, school payment. You never want anyone from the school district, government, or independent to ever accuse you of not paying for the education process of people out there. You've been found guilty of not paying school taxes or school payments and we like to go after douchebags like you. Don't you know that you have to pay for don't you know education is one of the important things? And you're a douchebag for not paying it. So don't think the courts are going to see, the court ain't going to, the jury and the judge ain't going to be are going to see our side, not your side. And that probably is the case. If you ever were taken to court over school taxes or school payments, and the school district's defense attorney, prosecuting lawyer could tell them, this idiot isn't paying for the education of others. What a douchebag. Now, I know that a good defense attorney might try to counter this, but most of the time, even if you put a spin on it and you win a case, people are still going to hate you for it. They're going to still have opinions on you. But, Jordan said, mostly some people pay it out of pocket, or pay it out of their bank account, whatever terminology you want to use. Some places that people work for have the agreement to take it out for them in their behalf, whatever the case might be. But Jordan said, I never called a school tax. I called a school payment. I only recognize I only recognize tax if it's government, and since school isn't really government, you can't really, a school district ain't government, you can't really call it a tax. Plus, Jordan said there are other things that school districts basically have opinion on. If you live in counties and you know every county government, at least in the United States, taxes by property or real estate, and a county may have an opinion how much they think your property is worth if you own property. If you don't, then you're exempt from paying it. But for those who own property, the county has the opinion how much they think your property is worth. But sometimes the local government and the state government and the federal government can overrule the county government by saying, I disagree with your opinion, reevaluate it again. Some school districts can actually say, I disagree with what you think the value of the property is, review it again. Now you would think that this is unfair. You would think people that you don't know are trying to change people you don't know's opinion on your property, But sometimes the county government says no. That's how much they think your real estate or property is worth as far as real estate tax is concerned, and they won't budge. And sometimes they cave in. Yeah, Jordan said, do you ever want to have someone say this? Oh, I'm from the East Allegheny School District, and we think Allegheny County their opinion of how much your property was worth was bad. And we're going to get them to change their mind because we think we deserve more school payment than we're already getting. Now I know I made him sound like he was a douchebag, but that's how some of them act like. Some of them act like that, and especially in Pennsylvania, where the current administration has, cut spending on education, or education isn't one of the most priorities of the current administration that's in charge right now. So yeah, I'm sure as far as federal and state and local is concerned, they probably would, and county is concerned, federal, state, county, and local is concerned, they probably would change their opinion how much they think something's worth. Especially now, when school districts only get a percentage of federal and state and county and local funding, you can imagine them trying to say, you're wrong, we don't get enough funding this turn around, so we have to do penny pinching. Now, I get it. Education is the important thing. Education is something that the federal, state, county, and local governments regulate and overlook. It's also something they also fund. But when one of the 4 levels of government says, we're cutting back how much funding we're giving you, then the federal and the county and the local are either going to have to fund more money to the school districts they already were funding, or cut back on them too. And the school districts are going to raise their own payments to make up the difference. So yeah, that's it, Jordan said. I'll see you later.